Yay!
Hey, Annie, how's it
Great.
going?
How are you?
I'm good. It's been quite a week, as you may have
I
heard.
know. I saw the pictures. How's it going? How's the water damage?
My gosh. So, yeah, I have people coming in every day. They pretty much ripped out, as you saw the pictures, like the entire bathroom.
Ugh.
They cut along the walls. There's like no ceiling in the studio basement.
Oh,
And they left basically just a little insulation on the outer walls just because it's cold here, where we are now.
how cold is it?
Today was a really warm day because, like, I'm in New England and it was 48, and that was like, I better go out in the world and go shopping because it's sunny and 48.
48. I am wearing 25 layers in 48.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to come visit you out in California and get some sunshine.
Yes. Although it rained today, which was something.
Right. Yes. So I'm getting a lot of, I want to come, but I can't make it. So it's okay, though. We can still chat and maybe have a replay. So
we got Betty
later.
Here. Hi, Bet.
Hi, Beth.
Hi. I'm so sorry about yourself. I really feel so sorry.
Thank you. It's been nuts. It really has. Tomorrow they're ripping up the floors. So
oh, wow.
That'll be fun. Yeah. So, yeah, Annie came up with a really great idea for a topic. Do you want to tell us about it, Annie?
Oh, yeah. I thought that we could talk about art envy and comparison. Something that's always existed, but with social media, it feels like there's even more opportunity to compare oneself to others.
Yeah, true. Oh my gosh, my girlfriend just popped in, so I have to say hi.
Yes, please do.
Here, I'll make her a speaker, but she might say something embarrassing.
Let's start off with that.
Hold on a second. I'm going to invite you. All right. Can you? She's never been on Spaces before. So do you hear? Can you talk? You got to turn your mic off or mic on. Yeah, you got to unmute your mic.
Okay, does this work now?
Hey.
Works.
Yes. Hi, Laura.
Hi.
That was a surprise.
I know. Yeah. I figured I'd just...
She's not a Twitter person. I made her like a Twitter account. You could see what Twitter was about recently. So
well, hello, welcome.
Hi, thanks. Yeah. I was feeding the cats and figured I'd listen. And
yes, Lauren has lots of cats, by the way.
Aww.
A lot. Anyways, not to get too off of the topic. Artist envy. So I was thinking about that too. Annie, have you felt artist envy before?
Absolutely. I have felt it, and I've been on both sides of it.
Right.
Yeah. And when I feel it, I feel like, first of all, maybe I'm spending too much time scrolling Instagram and just looking at what everyone else is doing instead of just refocusing and getting back into what I'm doing. And, and people are at different stages in their careers and do different things. And it really is, it feels so silly to compare, but it also feels so human,
It is. I was thinking about that today. I'm like, okay, it's a natural human emotion. Maybe it has some sort of function that we're really not aware of. Like maybe it's a survival instinct. Like, ooh, look, he has deer. I must have deer too. I don't know.
I think that that's a fascinating, positive way to look at it. But I also think there's truth in that, because it's happened sometimes in my life where I felt that envy. And for me, it's always career related for me, throughout my life, whether it's acting or writing success or art now. So any of those. And and sometimes what's happened is I have been able to say, okay, you know what? I need to do more of this. And so what ends up happening is, instead of envy, it turns into being inspired by. So
Yes.
great.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I was even like thinking about that. I was like, okay, so once you feel that, like, maybe I should admit this person did this, and maybe I kind of wanted to do that too. Oh, maybe that should inspire me to do something, but in my own style, in my own words, because you know what? You're the only person who can do you, like, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So. Are you familiar with the practice of or the Buddhist concept of mudita?
Yes, I've heard of it. You want to explain more?
That's mudita is finding joy in the happiness and success of others, and it's this, and when you get there, and it is a practice like everything in Buddhism. I feel like it's a practice, and once you get the hang of it, I don't know, it just gets easier and easier, and it feels really, really good to be like, really appreciate someone else's joy. Sometimes it comes naturally, honestly. I'm not like every day living in envy. I wouldn't say that. But other times I think the amount, let's say, for that I feel about, like, I should be more successful, or I wish I was more successful, and then seeing other people in the same industry get that success. And the successful times for me, when I've been able to turn envy into being inspired by, I do it. It's like an active thing, and the more I practice that, the better my life is. You know.
True. It's true. So I was thinking about the time in my life that I actually felt the most artist envy, and I was out of art school, and I had two little babies at the time, and my daughter was like 3 and my son was little, so I could barely even sit down and eat, let alone hold a paintbrush. And I'm on social media because Facebook was kind of new then. It's like 2009, 2010. And I'm seeing my friends, my art friends, do all these cool things, and they're doing their shows. And I'm like, I'm not doing any of that. I'm thinking, like, where did my personality go? Like, where did my sense go? And then, but then I'm like, wait a minute, I created new life. I'm doing this now. I mean, that's stupid for me to think, like, I'm not doing anything. And then, shortly after that, because it was like probably a few months, I kind of felt kind of yucky like that. And then I heard a friend say, I love my friends. My friend Matt, I remember, he said, I love my friends and I want to see them happy. And the way he said it, for some reason, those simple words, it kind of changed something in me.
Yeah.
And it just like activated something in me. And I really have not felt that much envy to that much extent ever since. It's like, I love my artist friends. I want to see them successful. Yeah.
I love that. And and the real truth is, whenever we're feeling this kind of envy or jealousy or any of that, it's a feeling of lack. Like, we feel we don't have enough. We don't have what it takes. And so it goes a lot further than just like, I want what they have.
Right.
And the more we kind of spend time with our own self and mind, and kind of meditate on our stuff, and the more we create our own stuff, I think the better for our, well-being.
Right. Yeah, because that kind of turned it around for me because I was like, these people are doing all these cool things. And then I was like, like FOMO. Now they call it FOMO. And now I'm like, wait a minute, I could be doing cool things too. And maybe I'm busy now, but I will do cool things, if I can't at this moment. So, yeah.
And the
Good
idea
point.
of like or love begets love, and joy begets joy. So I feel like the more happy we are for those around us, the more happiness comes. Like it's all just kind of contagious once we get rolling in that feeling, and that's where I want to be. So yes, I definitely more than not am happy for everyone to be successful, including myself. And the times, like I said, I think that is the hardest for me is when I'm spending too much time just looking at what everyone's doing, even though I am creating all the time. but in my mind, getting lost and caught up in other people's stuff, you could feel it. Like when you do that, can you feel it? Like I feel it in my gut. Like,
oh yeah,
I could be, this is too much. Now it's time to log off.
absolutely. I was reading that the average person, they scroll about 300 feet worth of social media a day. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, that just made my head explode. 300 feet. And that's like a lot of taking in. Oh, look at this person in Mexico. Oh, look at this person having this awesome art show, and you're sitting there looking at your phone,
Wow.
And it's like, you could be planning that stuff if you weren't sitting there scrolling as much,
Yeah, and what is that saying about we're not seeing the behind the scenes, we're only seeing the the sizzle reel or the highlight reel. Right.
Yeah.
And that's so true. I mean, even in my own case, and I know when people have felt envy towards me, I mean, I know that they obviously don't know everything that it takes to do what I do. But they see like, the stuff that I post, which of course is positive and my successful times, because that's what you do. And also that makes me feel good to put my successes. But yeah, I think the more time we spend really just going, okay, great, good for you, and then get back to the art of ourselves.
Yes.
The happier we'll be.
The art of ourselves. I love that.
I know. I just said it. I just made it up. Yes. I like it. I'm going to write it down.
Yes, I'm like writing it down too. Art of ourselves.
Soundbite.
Gem. It's an Annie gem.
That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah. So Beth, have you ever experienced artist envy in any way?
Maybe, but really, it ends up being more like admiration, and it's always been kind of helpful. That it kind of makes me think, well, I need to work on my art. It's more inspiring. I think I've reached it, like Annie. I'm more inspired, and it's just kind of fun, especially like exhibits. And I admire a lot of pieces, and I just feel like the energy is so good. You want to go and just try to be just as good or make something as big or whatever. So that's where it goes for me.
Yeah, good. Awesome. Excellent. So beautiful.
I think at one point there was an artist who, I'm not trying to say, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I do feel like someone did have some envy of one of my pieces at one time. And I could feel it. It was really awkward because I didn't know what to do about it.
The truth is there's not much to do about it because it's not your issue. It's coming from them. It's their, it's their feeling. It's their problem, as it were. But I know that feeling sucks. I don't like it. I don't like it either, especially when it's not a stranger, when it's someone you know and you can feel it.
Right. It was basically an art group I was in, and it's all women, and we're always really supportive. And I felt this unusual energy. So that was a situation. But it ended. I mean, it wasn't really a long ongoing.
Are you still friends with this person?
Well, I don't know that we were really close friends. We were just in an art group, but I have reached out to her several times. She is a really good artist. She has a whole different style. So I would say she's probably moved on from that envy.
Okay. Yeah, it's crazy. And it depends where people are in their lives too. Like there are times when you feel more vulnerable, where you feel like your life's not going the way you want it to. So you're in a more vulnerable state to feel that envy. Then there are times when you're on top of the world and nothing can make you feel that way. You know, so there's so many factors to this being human business. It's kind of a trip. But I had a very close friend, like a friend of more than 2 decades, close friend who, yeah, she was an artist first, but she would like post things, and I would encourage her because I thought her stuff was so great, and I was not doing visual art yet. I was writing and acting, and she, started doing all these things within the art world, and I was like, there was a time that I made art. Why don't I do some stuff? And so I started making art. So I can see on her on one level how that might feel like, oh my God, this person, my friend, is stepping on my toes. But completely different style, completely different things we're doing. And there's not just one artist in the world. Anybody could be an artist, and anybody could do whatever they want in this world. So I'm not going to not do something I want to do because I'm afraid of, stepping on someone's toe. Long story short, she basically broke up with me. And yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, and and it's,
Wow.
yeah, I need to write about it because it's kind of maddening. And because I don't have a clear real reason, I surmise that it has something to do with what we're talking about.
Oh, well, Annie, you're artist. I love your art. And I could see maybe if someone were not very secure that they would probably have a lot of envy.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. I mean, for the compliment part. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, exactly. You know what? And the truth is, I can see why anybody could at any time to anyone, depending on where they're at, and maybe get better in the future and think, oh, okay, I'm over this. I don't need to be. I do my thing. You do your thing. Let's all be fucking happy.
Yes, I love it. Can that be the next gem? Let's be all fucking happy. I'm gonna tweet that and get kicked off of Twitter. It's awesome.
Oh, that's so.
It's true, and life is just too short to not be happy.
Amen.
Oh.
Yes.
Like I have somebody starting drama, if somebody starts drama with me now, like maybe fight back, and I'm just like, you know what, you're not even worth, this is not worth,
I know. I just
an ounce of my attention.
Exactly. In my head, I'm just like, I can't with you. And that's that.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, Lauren will know she knows some of my drama,
Lauren, are you an artist as well?
No, I'm not. I'm a dog groomer.
Okay, there's an art to that.
There's a lot of artists in dog grooming. A lot.
There really is, yeah. I can't.
You gotta make those poodles a certain way, and she has a way of knowing, this has to be cut exactly this way.
Of course.
So that's an art form, and that's learned. So I'll say you're a dog artist.
Poodle art.
Poodle art, yes.
Do you ever envy other groomers?
Oh yeah, of course, because there's so many that you think are so much better than you, but then my coworker, even people have that towards me. So yeah, and then at the same time, I'm just like, well, what I do is not that great. But then
No,
Yeah.
no, it is great.
I don't know.
But I hear you, and isn't that interesting, you guys? That like in every field this exists. No matter
Right.
what you're doing, this feeling exists of us looking at other people and going, "Oh, whoa."
Yeah, I
Right.
feel
That's
like
true. That's very true.
it's got the same thing, the whole envy thing, and then being catty sometimes, and
Yeah. I
Right.
feel like that could be changing though. When I came up in show business, it honestly, I did not get a lot of support from other women, and I'm not the only person that says that. A lot of people say this, but now it the last several years, I would say, it is getting better and better when it comes to women supporting women. This was not something I experienced coming up, and most of my fans and people who supported me and cared were men. But now it's so much better. There's a lot more women coming together and supporting each other, and friendships forming in same careers, and so I really think a lot of this is just better because people have been talking about it and seeing the importance of it. So I'm happy to report that, just from my own experience. Has anyone else seen that from like other areas in life?
Do you mean the envy or
Or
the
just
support?
or that now, like, support, like women are like, I flipped it on its head. Now I'm thinking,
Okay, good.
is there,
Yeah,
yeah.
a lot more of it in my social art groups, and especially
Yeah.
like even this group. I think the energy in this group that you started with, this is very supportive.
Oh, yay. I think we're very similar, Lisa and I. We met.
Yes,
that's
just
funny.
via Zoom, right?
Yeah, that's true. We had a Zoom.
Someday. That would be awesome. I actually ran into somebody I knew today, and it was really funny because I was going to this cafe that I sell my handmade cards at, and I was picking stuff up, and they said, yeah, there was this wonderful cafe that I go to, and they said something about maybe selling wholesale there. So I just stopped by for the day, and then I went to the store next door. It's like this really cute, like upscale consignment shop. It's totally cute across the parking lot. And I ran into this person that I knew who was also an artist and a pretty successful interior designer. And she was there with her sister. And she's like, hey, it's you, it's Lisa. She attacks me and she's telling her sister, Lisa does all these awesome things. And I don't know how she does it all and blah, 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 blah. And I was just thinking, like, a minute before, like, this is what I need to do. And I need to get my ass in gear.
Wow. Look at that. Look at that. The universe sent you this positive stuff immediately. You are powerful, Lisa.
That's what she made me feel that way. And I was like,
yes.
Oh my gosh, and it's funny because I was thinking about the topic too. So it all came together, like synchronicity,
Yes. I love that. And see, and the thing is, serves as a reminder that we can be that person. We could be her, that
Right.
woman, as we go throughout our days, when we see the opportunity and it's authentic and we feel it, to not hold back and let that person know, oh, I think you're amazing. I love your work. This is fantastic. Whatever, to just not keep it to ourselves. And even sometimes a little bit of envy, we can turn it around by saying, you know what, I'm envious because I love that. And then drop the envy part and just go straight to, I love that. And then our own minds will be changed, and we'll alter our own feelings. You know what I mean?
Right. Maybe we could change the language for like, I'm jealous of this person, or, I'm jealous of you, to you inspire me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Does anyone else have any tips on how they deal with this stuff, or if they feel they have to limit their time on social media, or if they feel this is not a problem so much for them, or they've been the subject? If anyone else wants to say anything, we have like 7, 8 minutes. If not, Lisa and I will just continue talking.
No worries. Just could we give like spaces? Yeah, I actually have been on the receiving end for envy as well. I had another artist friend, and it was weird because he actually told me not that long ago, like I was so jealous of you, and like you were a good artist and blah blah blah. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm like, you have an MFA from this fancy school, and so it was just kind of awkward.
Wow. Well, yeah. See, we don't know. We never know who it's going to come from and for why, for what purpose.
Right.
Where they're at and what they're going through and what they're feeling and what they're seeing. We never know what another person
Right.
is thinking.
Exactly.
Did Mr. Green? Did you have something you'd like to share?
How you guys? How you ladies doing? Or one guy?
Hey, Mr.
Good.
Green.
Good. How's it going?
I think I met Lisa in another space.
Hey, was it the poetry space? I'm trying to remember which one.
I don't know. It was like we're talking about recycled things. I don't know if it was you or.
Oh, maybe. I go into a few here and there, when I'm bored. So yeah.
So I was like, we're talking on one space about recycled art products, and somebody had an idea of making some products out of like paint scrapings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about that. No, I do digital art, but I'm fascinated with things that we throw away that we think are trash, and there may be somebody else's treasure.
Yes. Oh, upcycling. Don't they call that upcycling?
Yeah, upcycle.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that.
And now I was just thinking of that. I was just thinking of because I'm in visual art, but I do that as more of a hobby now. My main thing is chef. I'm a chef, but I want to one day, sell some art like you guys and be all famous. And
Cool.
But yeah, no, I'm just learning from the spaces and learning about NFTs and just an amateur here. But I'm just enjoying the conversation. That's all.
Nice. Well, thanks for being here. We love to have you.
Thank you.
So I have this favorite quote of mine, and I may have read it another time, Lisa. I can't remember, but it feels like such a great closer to something like this. It's the Martha Graham quote. Is it time for that, do you think, Lisa?
Go for it.
Okay.
I love it.
So this is some inspiring words from the great Martha Graham, who was a dancer who was she was called the Picasso of modern dance. She did a lot for really changed the way people viewed dance. And here is her quote. There is a vitality, a life force, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And there is only one of you in all time. This expression is unique, and if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and be lost. The world will not have it. It is not your business to determine how good it is, not how it compares with other expression. It is your business to keep it yours clearly and directly directly to keep the channel open. You do not even have to believe in yourself or your work. You have to keep open and aware directly to the urges that motivate you. Keep the channel open. No artist is pleased. There is no satisfaction, whatever, at any time. There is only a queer divine dissatisfaction, a blessed unrest that keeps us marching and makes us more alive than the others.
I love it. Yay! I feel like I have to clap after that.
Yes, or snap your fingers.
I dig it. I dig it.
Dig it, man. Dig it. But seriously, I mean, that's it. That's the bottom line. We have to just keep our own unique expression and keep expressing that. We have to. That's it. That makes this world go around.
Right. There's only one of us. Right?
That's right. That's right. It is our duty to share and create. Amen.
Right.
Amen and hallelujah.
Right.
Shall we wrap it up? That was my good closer.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, it's a good time to wrap it up. I have only one bath. My kids are banging on the door with all the flood
All right.
stuff. For those
Well, everyone,
I only have one bathroom. The other one's gone.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Next week, we'll be back at 8, right?
Yeah. Or 5 wherever you are.
Wherever you are.
Wherever you are, it will be out of time. Okay. Bye, everyone. Keep creating.
Bye.
Bye.